being. Then you had to see the connection of the Quran with the human beings themselves. Allahu Akbar. So the Quran is God speaking through us. And looking at the Quran, we can see that which Prophet Muhammad is a reflection of it. When Prophet Muhammad spoke, you could the revelations. You could hear what Abraham had said. When he spoke, you can see what Moses said. You can see what Jesus said. All this was revealed through Prophet Muhammad and put in the Quran. And in order for you to read the Quran, you had to get it in parts. Prophet Muhammad received one revelation at a time, a particular time. And over 20-some years, the Quran was revealed until it was in its completed form. And if you're going to teach the Quran, if you're going to teach the alphabet, can you teach 20 letters at a time? You got to teach one letter at a time. So the Quran, in order to learn verses in the Quran, you got to learn the alphabet. You got to put the alphabet together and make words, and put words together and make sentences. And then you learn. That's how you learn, one step at a time. And so the Quran, in order for you to memorize the Quran, you got to take one verse at a time. And the Prophet said, when you have received one verse or ayat or whatever from the Quran, you are to go out and teach it. Allahu Akbar. The universal collective soul. There's a verse in the Holy Quran that's which I'll read this way. It says, I'll read it. God has commanded us that we should command by what is best. It says, "What mir bil ma'ruf." Command by the best standards, by known standards that have proven themselves. What bil ma'ruf? When tanhar bil munkar, stay away from munkar. What is munkar? Munkar are those life patterns or traditions or habits that make void your good works. Make void your good life habits. Traditions that make void your good works, your good life habits, or traditions that you have. They have a negative effect on those things. They will eventually make those good traditions and good life habits void, empty, a big hole in them, and nothing is just nothing there, just a shell, a dead shell outside. And and where conscience should be, and life and productivity and fruits for production should be, or seeds for the future should be, there's nothing but an empty shell. The seed is gone. The original pattern is gone. The design is gone. There's nothing there but a shell, a dead shell outside. The Imam Muhammad gives the example. It's just like the human being, and Satan or the spider put that McDonald's straw in that human being and sucked out the life, the essence, the pattern, the design. And all that's left is just a shell. I've seen the example of a chicken snake. Chicken snake go suck out the whatever is in that egg, and all it is just to have a little hole and a little empty shell. And that's what happened. We have people now. People, that's all they are. They are a shell of a people. We have heard that. They are a shell of a people. So Allah has told us that we must command by the best standards, the known standards. They have proven themselves. The Holy Quran tells us that we should follow the best thereof. So then you look at yourself, and you look at the animals in creation. You know, every animal is in creation. One writer says every animal in creation is within you. Every animal. So every animal you have come across, you studied that animal, and you took the best of that particular animal and you put it within yourself. So the best example of a lion is within you. The best example of an eagle is within you. All those essence of those creatures are within you. Allahu Akbar. So we are told to follow the best thereof. So Allah says, it's in the Holy Quran. In the Holy Quran it says that whoever says that I am God, is guaranteed hell. It's right there in the Holy Quran. And we had the Quran on our top shelf before Imam W. Muhammad came in. And we tried to read it. But you know, one of the biggest problems that you have is when you got a book, and the book is all locked up in symbols and parables. That means you got to unlock it, right? Because they put all types of symbols and so forth. Somebody has to explain the symbol. But the worst part is when somebody lock up your mind. We had what is called brain lock. You heard of brain lock, right? You heard of drinking some type of cold drink, brain freeze, right? We had brain freeze. We had brain lock. And you know, I'm going to leave a little bit. You know, and I'm still on my subject, the collective universal soul. You know, they give Ben Franklin an example of showing you how the electricity was out there. They say he discovered electricity. I don't know if that's correct, but we know all they're saying is that he uncovered it. Electricity's been out there forever. I mean, you got a positive and negative ion that come together. You got electricity, and you got to ground it, right? Okay, and those positive and negative ions is everywhere, throughout the universe. You know, you got electricity within yourself, right? Electricity within yourself. So electricity is everywhere. But they gave the example of how you flew a kite and the lightning hit the kite, and the electricity came down the string, and then the electricity came out of the key, right? And it had electricity. Well, what was the electricity? Was that the key? Or was the electricity represent that it was the key to unlock many other things for us? Allahu Akbar. So we are commanded to follow the best standards, the best known standards. Is the nature of us to follow that which is best. Don't follow that which is inferior. Imam Muhammad said there was a gentleman that was teaching him the box. He said, Imam Muhammad, don't follow any inferior fighter. So Imam Muhammad, he studied Sugar Ray Robinson, he studied Muhammad Ali, he studied the best fighters. And then that's what we do. We should take the best thereof. Allahu Akbar. So, the collective human soul. In the whole, it says that God created the human being. The human being from where? Came from earth. Everything came from the earth. So Adam came from the earth. It says that he was created from in the Bible it said the dust of the earth. The Quran says mud fashioned in the shape, sound and clay. So what is dust, first of all? Dust is what was once whole. When it begins to disintegrate, it was once that was whole. They have a saying, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So it said Adam was created from the earth. So Adam was created from the earth. Then everything that we need comes from the earth. You know, everything that we need comes from the earth. That speaker was in the earth. This ear was in the earth. This building was in the earth. That car that you have out there was from the earth. Everything we need comes from the earth. And Imam Muhammad says, what is dirt? What is that stuff that you put around you and it gives you life? What is dirt? He said, dirt is that was. Dirt is that was. Now think about it. You look at your nice Mercedes-Benz and look at the headlights. It was once, it was, right? It's ideas and thoughts that somebody else put together. It could have been 1,000 ideas and the best ideas to come up with that headlight of the Mercedes-Benz. Then you look at the fender, that metal. Look at it. They take the dirt, the ore and so forth, and they make it into steel, and they put all different types of things in it. You got some of the best, so many different ideas to come up with the best steel. Then the leather, and then the windows, and so forth. All that. It was stuff that was. Allahu Akbar. Now we get into that Mercedes and we drive down, and most of it don't even